got splattered. Oh, hi everybody. Welcome to a new video. You know, having a Nintendo Switch is really good. I've had one for a while since, I think actually I've had one for about a year now. I think I got, if I recall on my videos, I think I got one in April of last year. Same one. But, you know, I've been playing it on and off. You know, I have a ton of other consoles that I play. But so far, the Nintendo Switch, I really do love it. It's got a lot of great first-party games, and just the fact that I can play Doom on the go is amazing. Doom was one of my favorite games of 2016, and just to be able to play it on the go is amazing. Now, this is not a review of Doom on the Switch or the system itself. It's just a little intro to the video of what I'm going to be actually discussing. You know, with the Wii U, there was shit for third-party support, but it seems with the Switch, Nintendo has seemed to learn their lesson. They're willing to work. They're more open to working with third-party developers. In fact, I don't know how many of you know this who own a Switch, but during the development of the Switch system itself, Capcom themselves told them, "Hey, you know what? The RAM that you're putting in there is too small. You should up the RAM. That way you'd be able to run. That way you might be able to even run Resident Evil 7." So that's kind of cool that Capcom helped Nintendo, better strategic, better. I'm lost for that word. But basically, it's good that Nintendo listened to third-party developers during the process of coming up with the Switch. That way, they get more third-party support. Let me turn my Switch down some. So, in today's video, I'm going to talk about games. I got a stack of games here. I'm going to talk about more that I don't have. Games that I think would be cool to see ported to the Switch, or get a Switch version if it's possible. Now, I'm not talking about. Now I know the big thing right now is with WWE 2K18. That's like the worst Switch game ever so far. Well, that and Troll and I. But as an actual port, yeah, WWE 2K18 sucks. But if porting these games that I have here that I'm going to talk about aren't really an issue, then I'd like to see them get a Switch version. I think they do really well on the Switch, given the fact that, again, it's not just a handheld, it's something you can go home, put it in the dock, and play on a TV. That's what gives the Switch its edge, I think, just the fact that it's portable. If you're really begin to travel and you want to take a certain game with you, if you can get ported to the Switch, that'd be great, because then you can take that game with you, or if it's a series of games, So that's what the topic of this video is going to be about today. Games that I'd like to see get ported to the Switch, if it's at all possible, or if it's in the works. Who knows? I don't know if any of these are in the works, but hey, if it's possible, I'd like to see it eventually. So, all right, enough rambling. So let's get started. I already talked about Resident Evil 7 that Capcom discussed with Nintendo about upgrading their RAM to eventually get this ported over. If it gets ported over, that'll be cool. I probably won't pick it up just because I already have it on PS4, and I'm not a huge fan of the game. So, next, now supposedly, I don't know if it's this year's call. First off, next is Call of Duty. Not this particular. not this particular version of Call of Duty, but I have been hearing rumors that this year's, I think it's this year's Call of Duty, Black Ops 4 is getting a Switch version. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that would be cool. That would be cool to see Call of Duty on the Switch. Now, if it is Black Ops 4, and if the rumor is true that it's not having that Black Ops 4 is not getting a single player campaign, I personally won't probably pick it up because I prefer single player campaigns. I'm not that big into multiplayer. But if it does get a Switch version, that'd be cool. That would be cool. A way to play Call of Duty on the go. So that would be pretty interesting. Or if it gets, or it would be even cool, or it would be even better is if the Switch got its own like version of a Call of Duty, like its own separate standalone version. So that'd be kind of cool too. But yeah, it'd be cool to see Call of Duty get released on, PS4, Xbox One, PC, and the Switch. That'd be cool. So now this next game here that I'm about to talk about, I am not a huge racing fan. I'm not. It's just racing games have never just been my thing, to be honest. I know some people like them, some people don't. Some people are on the fence. Me, I'm kind of. I just really don't care. This game, however, is my favorite racing series of all time. I played the shit out of the second one on PC back in the day, and I loved it. And when this one got announced, I wanted to get it right away. And I don't know when exactly it was released, but I got it eventually. And I would love to see this ported to the Switch, because to be able to play this game on the go, holy crap, I would love it. I would fucking love it. And that game is Carmageddon Max Damage. Now, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the Carmageddon series. Now, this is a racing game, like I've said, but you can do so much more than just race. Mainly what I just do is I just go around collecting power-ups and killing the pedestrians, because it's hilarious. But that's just me. But to have this game on the go would be just awesome. Just to sit down, relax. If you're having a stressful day at work, maybe you're on your lunch break, whip out your Switch, pop the Switch version of this game in, and play a few races, kill a few pedestrians, what have you. I think it'd be it'd be fun. It would be fun. So yeah, this game I would love to see ported over to the Switch if it's possible. Get a quick drink here. Next game here is Injustice. Now, I'm just using this as an example. I would love to see Injustice or Injustice 2 or Mortal Kombat X or even the next Mortal Kombat game get a Switch version. I think that'd be cool. I think it would be really cool, because the last this version of Injustice was ported to the Vita like a while ago, like a couple of years, I want to say around 2013 is when it was on the Vita, when it was ported to the Vita, I think. But still, to be able to have this caliber of a fighting game or Mortal Kombat on the Switch on the go, that would be awesome. It'd be really cool. Not really co-op, but if you're at a party or something like that, and you bring your Switch and you bring your games, and if you want to play Injustice or Mortal Kombat or whatever, there you go. It's very very logical, I think. So it'd be something different than Mario. It would be something different besides Mario Kart all the time. Not that Mario Kart 8 is a bad game, it's not, but just to have some variety when it comes to the co-op and multiplayer style of games to have on your Switch. So, hey, something different. Next, the third game of this series is coming out soon. Can't wait to play it. I gotta get back to the first two and finish them. But to see them maybe do like a collection and put them over to the Switch if possible. Would be pretty cool too. I do like these games. Second one, I'm kind of on just because I got stuck really early on when I first played it. So if I can get unstuck, that'd be great. But to have like a trilogy later down the road on the Switch, that'd be pretty damn cool. And that is the Darksiders games. Now, Darksiders takes its inspiration, from Zelda. There's no hiding it. It takes its inspiration from Zelda and God of War. But with Zelda, it's got the dungeons, it's got the exploration, it's got the puzzles, all of that. And I think that'd be a nice little love letter to fans who really support this series and who love this franchise to get a trilogy on the Switch. I think that'd be really cool. So, next, these two games. There's a third one coming out this year. It was announced at E3 last year. I'm looking forward to it. If they do it like Darksiders, the Darksiders trilogy. If they do this trilogy down the line, that'd be cool because these games are very fun. They're very God damn it, English. They have very good atmosphere. They're basically a survival horror first-person shooter series of games, and you'll know right away when I show you the box, when I show you the game. But I think it'd be something good to have on the Switch, something different, something that's not your typical Nintendo stuff, things like that. And it's just to be able to have third-party support on the Switch is what I want to see more of. And I think if these games got a Switch version, if possible, I think it would be really great. And it would help the system, and it would put the games out there more for those who maybe have not experienced these games yet. So, this is Metro Redux. And like I said, the new Metro game is coming out this year sometime. So if they were to do a trilogy, again, I think that'd be really cool to see these games pushed out there and given a chance to those people who may have not yet experienced these games yet. So, but yeah, I need to get back to this and finish. I think I'm about halfway through the second game. I need to finish that before the third one comes out. Next, this game, same thing. Great game. I would love to see it get a port. I think it might get a port just because it's a Bethesda game, and they have shown their support with the Switch by releasing Doom, Skyrim. They're doing Wolfenstein 2 later this year, I think later this summer. So I think this game is. I think if any of these games in the list did get a Switch port, I think this would be the next on the list, if possible. I don't want something like WWE 2K18 happening again. I think everybody can agree. If it can get ported to the Switch, do it. But if you can't do it, don't do it just to do it like 2K did with 2K18. But yeah, this game, I think, if possible, is next in line for a Switch port. And I'd probably buy it because even though I did get stuck, I still enjoy this game. I loved, from what I played of it before I got stuck, I loved it. It's very reminiscent of BioShock and Dead Space. And, even though I haven't played it, System Shock, it reminds me more of BioShock and Dead Space. But still, it's just the fact that resonates with me so much. I think it would be great to have this game on the go, play it whenever I want. If I'm traveling with my dad to go visit my grandpa, or I'm going to visit my girlfriend, or whatever, I can just pop this in, play it, have a good time, and go about my day. And that game is Prey. Now, if you've not picked this game up yet, I definitely recommend it. It's pretty damn cheap now. Like I said, I got stuck, but I am working my way through it again. But I really do enjoy this game, and to have a Switch version be able to play it portably would be awesome. So, next, now, like I said, if Resident Evil 7 does get a port to the Switch, that would be cool. I personally want to pick it up because A, I already have it, and B, I just don't really care for the game. So, but if this gets ported to the games, if this can get ported to the system, and maybe 4, 5, 6, and maybe even the remake of 2, that'd be awesome. Finally, some new, well, Resident Evil Origins Collection. I'd love to see this ported to the Switch. I think it's possible. I think it's possible to get 3, or not 3, good God. I think it's possible to get 4, 5, 6 ported as well. And it'd be nice to have, some Resident Evil on a Nintendo platform again. Because right now the only Resident Evil game that's on here is the Origins Collection. The Revelations Collection. Which, they are fun games, they are. But I would like to see more Resident Evil. More like this, like 1, 2, the remake of 1, the remaster of 0, this particular version, the remake of 2. I would love to see that get a Switch version. That'd be awesome. But it's, who knows? Capcom has shown their, Capcom has shown they are more than willing to work with Nintendo and port games over and, make Switch versions of their games. Granted, they need to do a little bit better of it because with the Mega Man Legacy games, both Legacy games, they need to work on their I'm not a video game engineer. Basically, I was going to, a little side note, whatever. I was going to get the Mega Man X Legacy Collection and the regular Mega Man Legacy Collection for the Switch, but again, like the Revelations Collection, the first game in those two franchises, Mega Man Legacy and the X Legacy, the first game is on the cartridge, the second game is download only. So they kind of need to work on that. But if they do work on that and better optimize the games and do like this, the remake of 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, even though I won't buy 7 personally, but that would be really cool to see. So next, this series is another series that I really do enjoy. It's one of my favorites from the past generation. If it gets they just announced recently that a new game is in the works. I don't know where it's gonna be location wise. Don't know nothing of it yet. Just that one is being worked on. But if they can do a Switch port of this collection, that'd be pretty awesome. Now, granted, I'm not a huge fan of the third game. The third game is okay at best, but out of all 3 games, my favorite is the first one. But yeah, if we ever got a BioShock collection Switch port or version, again, that would be really cool. Again, like I've said before, to maybe push the games into people's hands who have not played it yet, who only own a Switch. So that'd be pretty damn cool, in my opinion. So if it's possible, I'd like to see it happen. As long as 2K just doesn't fuck it up like they did 2K18. All I'm asking. So yeah, it'd be really cool to see something like this on the Switch. It would be. Now these next 6 games here are most likely not going to happen because it's EA, and apparently EA has given up on the Switch already because the only game they released for it so far, well, technically they've only released 2 games for it in the whole year that it's been out. They've released FIFA 18, and they released that indie game Fe, Fe, which I do want to check out. That looks pretty fun. But I think for some reason EA has decided to just not be on board with the Switch, which sucks, considering a lot of major third-party developers are on board. I mean, come on, when Bethesda's on board, Capcom is on board, Ubisoft's on board, you're kind of missing out. And it is EA's fault for releasing FIFA 18, for starting off with FIFA 18. That's a sports game. Nobody who is into FIFA or Madden or any of the sports games are going to buy FIFA 18. Or again, if they did like Madden 18 or NBA Live 18, whatever the case may be, they're not going to buy it on the Switch. But I would love to, even though apparently they are not on board with the Switch, I would love to see these new games get a collection, and either a collection or most likely a collection, because I think that'd be the easiest way to do it, to do both series. But I know one series is never going to happen. I'm still going to show it off, but But I would like to see these get a Switch version, but it's not going to, most likely it's not going to happen. I think out of all the games I've showed you and talked about, those most likely will, at some point, maybe down the line, if it's possible. These next 6, or these next 2 series aren't going to happen, because it's EA. So, if you're really hoping for these series to get a Switch version, then blame EA. So, first series that I want to talk about real quick, that I'd like to see get a Switch port, Switch version, whatever, are the Mass Effect series. Now, I didn't grab it. I have Andromeda. I didn't grab it. I was thinking, when it comes to Mass Effect, if we can see the original 3 on the Switch, that'd be awesome. That'd be pretty damn cool. That go through Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. I know a lot of people didn't like 3, but just to have the core trilogy on the go whenever you want to play, whenever you want, a hell of a deal. I'd buy that I'd pay $60 for that. Granted, they'd all have to be on the same chip or the same cartridge, or make it a multi-cartridge game, but that's just me. But yeah, I would buy a Mass Effect trilogy Switch collection if EA got off their asses and did it. I'd so be down for that. So, all right, now the next series here, I've been wanting since this whole remaster. Sorry, let me take a drink. Now this next series, I've been wanting to see a collection done for current gen for a long time. Now let me be frank. I own all 3 games on PS3. I own all 3 games on 360. I own the prequel novel. I own both animated movies on Blu-ray. I'm a big fan of this series, as you can tell. But when the whole remastering 7th generation games started for this gen, I was really hoping to see a collection for these games on Xbox One and PS4. And when the Switch got announced, it's like, oh, that'd be cool too. Could do a Switch collection too. I'd buy all 3 day one. I actually would. I still would, because that's how much I love this. That's how much I love this series. I would love to see this in a collection on the Switch, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Mass Effect trilogy, I can kind of see happening, but this series, I don't see it happening. Mainly because EA has decided to shut down the main developer of this franchise, which still pisses me the fuck off. So this, unfortunately, probably is never going to happen. But I can dream. But the number one series that I would love to see get a port to the Switch would be the Dead Space series. I fucking love the Dead Space series. I really do. Like I said, I own all 3 games on PS3, 360, all that. And I would just love to be able to take these and play them on the go wherever I am. I would love that. It'd be awesome. And unfortunately, it's never going to happen. Which sucks. Now, when I say collection, I don't just mean the first 3 games and that's it. I mean Dead Space Extraction, which I do have. I just didn't grab it. Dead Space Extraction, which is actually on the PS3 limited edition here. Dead Space Extraction was a on-rail shooter game on the Wii that they ported over to the PS3, just because the PS3 had the move and whatnot. But it's a pretty good prequel, in my opinion. You get to see how the Ishimura gets so heavily infected by the time Isaac and I'm forgetting their names now, but you can see how infected and how run down the Ishimura gets by the time Isaac gets there. So, yeah. Dead Space Extraction, Dead Space 2, Dead Space 2 Severed, Dead Space 3, Dead Space 3 Awakened. Like, all that in one collection for the Switch. Holy shit, take my money now. So that would be pretty damn cool to see. But unfortunately, not going to happen because EA shut down Visceral back in October, which sucks. But along with other games that I have that I don't have that I can't obviously show off, what I like, other games I like to see, I think if possible, Alien Isolation. That'd be a pretty good survival horror game to be able to take on the go. That'd be pretty cool. I would say that for sure. Let's see what else. Borderlands maybe. I'm not a huge Borderlands fan, but I know it does have its fan base. So to be able to take Borderlands, maybe do a port of the Borderlands Handsome Collection 2 and the pre-sequel, and then if that sells well, maybe do a Switch port of 3 maybe. Be kind of cool to see. Let's see what else. Call of Duty, Battlefield, maybe if Call of Duty can do it. Battlefield, if they can do it, why not? When it comes to third-party support for the Switch, I'm looking forward to what is coming. I just don't want it to be like 2K8, like WWE 2K18, and just porting it for the sake of porting it and hoping to make a quick buck. Actually, I want the third-party developers to take their time, optimize the games well, and make sure they run well. Like with Doom, I know a lot of people don't like the fact that it's not 60 frames per second, that it doesn't look as best as the Xbox One or PS4 PC versions. Now, I personally have not run into any dips frame rate wise while playing Doom on the Switch, either docked or undocked. I have not run into any issues personally, but still, it's Doom. It's the exact same game. Yes, it's at 60 frames per second. Yes, some textures are lower, some textures are different, the resolution is lower, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's still the same damn game. You're still running around kicking demons' ass. So, hey, if they can do it, do it. So, that is it for this video. I just wanted to go through a list of games that I think would be cool to see on the Switch, either as a collection or some kind of separate version, what have you. So if you liked the video, please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you want to see more. And please comment. I'd love it when people comment. Even if it's people calling me an asshole. I don't care. But thank you for watching. And I'll see you with another video quite soon.